So today we're going to talk about motivation. Now, I want to keep this video as real as possible because it was asked by a good friend of mine, Elo, who asked, "Where do you find motivation in achieving your goals um, throughout college as well as when you're losing weight? And was it intrinsic or extrinsic motivation?" And I just want to note before we start with this video that I spent a lot of time trying to record this video in a very also very authentic way. But honestly, it's very difficult to do that for me. And I just want to record this straight out one take and answer the question however I would. So, Ella, to answer your question on how I find motivation for my goals, I think when I think about my goals, I look at the bigger picture. I look at what's important to me. And to me, I took a lot of time thinking about what is the purpose of life. And I think that's such an overlooked question that a lot of people don't really take the time to think about. And because they're so busy with their life, they're so busy with their everyday, going to school, doing homework, going to work, hanging out with friends, cooking dinner, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, they're just too tired to think about these simple cliche questions, which are actually really really important to think about. So for me, how I found my motivation was taking time to think about what is the purpose of my life, and I found out by isolating myself in a room for a whole entire day that the purpose of life was to just do what made me happy but also fulfilled. So I had to think about what makes me happy, what makes me fulfilled, and what it came down to was helping other people. And as you can tell, in for those of you who didn't know, I was a resident advisor in college. I was a president of residence hall, and I was just really involved with a lot of extracurricular activities. And through all those experiences, I realized that one thing that I loved doing was helping other people grow. So that's kind of the purpose I've come to realize. So that's the reason why I have goals of starting up a YouTube channel, of creating videos every single week, no matter how good or bad they are. Like this video, I was partially not motivated because not motivated to upload the video because the original video I had before this, I normally I take like 15 takes of a video because I never really like the way I talk, the way I pause, the way I stutter, and things like that. And I think what's motivating me to really just do this one take is that I want to give my honest opinion every single week and do something impactful and make sure that I get some sort of message across. So I mean, if only one person gets something out of this, LO or whoever, so be it. But I think the important thing is that I'm learning. I'm learning to grow through speaking. So going back to what motivates me, again, it's helping other people. And when I think about my goals, when I think about um, again, just like why do the YouTube channel, why I post videos, it's because I want to develop my speaking skills in order to help other people find out what will make them happy and what will make them fulfilled in their life. So that answers the question to how do you find motivation? Now, in terms of college, what motivated me back in college, it was definitely a mix of things. I would say two parts. One part is motivation, and intrinsic or extrinsic. I'm definitely more of an intrinsically motivated person. So for me, what motivated me to do well in college was I challenged myself to be like I want to get good grades. I want to get straight A's for the first time in my life. And I accomplished that freshman year, first quarter when I got to UCR. Part of it was kind of luck, but at the same time, it was also just putting my mind to it. And the other part of it is like conditioning. The other part of it is conditioning, where what makes you successful, makes you succeed, is your past experiences, what you've grown up learning. So for me, what helped me do well at UCR was the fact that I was I had to learn to work really hard in high school in order to get the the half decent grades that I had, which weren't very good. But my school taught me to work hard, and that's what allowed me to do well when it came to UCR or college. And in terms of answering the question of how about what motivated me to lose weight? Well, as I talked about in previous videos, I've always been very self conscious with my body, and I've never really liked it. And so that's kind of an intrinsic motivator to say, hey, maybe I should exercise to feel better about myself. And some other reasons, some other things that really motivated me to lose weight was signing up for the triathlon. And to be honest, it's not like I wanted to sign up for the triathlon. In fact, I didn't even know what the heck a triathlon was. I didn't know. I didn't even know I could do one. I've never done any endurance race in my life, but I just ended up signing up for this triathlon because one of my friends told me, "Hey, you should sign up for triathlon." And at first, I'm like, "No way, no way!" But I just said, "Hey, what the heck? We only have one life, and make the most of it." And that's what I did. And so I signed up for the triathlon. Originally, I signed up for a sprint distance, which takes about an hour and a half for beginners. And I ended up after training for a while, I ended up jumping up to Olympic distance, which takes about three. It took me about a little over 3 hours to complete. And because I knew that I needed that challenge, and I knew it was something that was achievable, that it was a push, because I realized an hour and a half for me, that's very, very obtainable. But 3 hours, that's a challenge to consistently run, swim, or bike for 3 hours. And so that was a huge challenge for me. And honestly, it was a great experience going through. And I believe all these little examples that you have will feed and allow you to have more confidence in yourself. And when you have these small victories, that's what's going to help you motivate you and keep you going in understanding what the bigger picture is. Like when I signed up for the triathlon, half the time I was thinking I'm doing this to lose weight, but the other half honestly was kind of like that in your face thing saying, hey, if you don't run, if you don't train for this, you are going to die halfway during your triathlon. And that was a huge that's a huge motivator for me. Like, you can't not train, otherwise you won't finish a race. So it's hard, like situations like that will also help motivate you and guide you towards your accomplishments. Now, if you have something like an exam coming up, where those are really, really tough things to figure out, how do you get motivated for doing those things. Like I don't really care about these things. Like I don't care about the subject. And so what do you do? And for me, I think sometimes it's just about getting your hands dirty and doing it, and just biting the bullet, as you can say. And just sometimes you just have to push yourself to keep going. And I can't say, I'm not the biggest expert on this. I can't say I'm the best at doing this, because I'm definitely not. And there's a lot of things in my life where my brother and my sister has succeeded so much more than I have, because they've had this persistence in getting through the hardships. And that's something that I'm continuing to develop, and definitely am nowhere near perfect. And honestly, like, I have so much more room for improvement. And people, and I guess part of the reason for recording this video just straight up is for people to realize that, like, this is kind of the real me. Like, I don't want people to think that, oh, like Richard maybe records decent YouTube videos and he's very good at speaking and everything like that. No, this is the way I've trained up to speak. And honestly, if you look at my past videos, I could show you some. They're terrible. Like, maybe I should upload. I had someone record my like farewell speech for D3 the Hall, and just looking back, it just makes me cringe, because I was reading off of an iPhone. my whole entire speech, and I didn't realize, like, I was so focused on delivering the right message that I wasn't even delivering the right message that I wanted to, because I cared so much about my hall, the community that I was a resident advisor for, that like I wanted my speech to be perfect, and by caring so much about it, that's what kind of made my farewell speech kind of fall apart. And I guess the thing is, when you speak, it's very important to just be comfortable and just speak from the heart, I guess, and try not to script it as much. Although that's a challenge, because with YouTube, it's very important to also get across a clear, concise message that'll follow. Like, for example, whoever's watching this video will probably be, I don't know, 5-10% will get to this point because I'm talking so much. Like, most people lose their attention span after the first 1 or 2 minutes. But again, this video is mostly for LO or Value Mist, if that's not LO. Just whoever's out there that wants to learn, where do you find motivation? So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any other questions, just leave them in comments. Sorry about that. I only cut out because my camera decided to stop itself. So anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, I was saying, if you have any comments, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments, message me. And if you just want to talk, just feel free to let me know what's up. And I'm glad to help who you out there, anyone, and just figuring out how to find a motivation themselves. So I think we're all here to help each other out. So just let me know. All right. And yeah, that's all for this week. Hope to see you next week. Alrighty.